welcome back to my channel, guys. It's been a good minute since I put something up, and this is around camping because tomorrow, I swear to God, if I don't go camping tomorrow, I might lose my mind. Tomorrow morning I'm getting up around 3 or 4. I'm going to go drive for Lyft for a little bit until I can get about 150 bucks, because right now I'm sitting with $1.15 in the bank. However, I do have all of my bills paid. Fantastic. I do have a full tank of gas. Amazing. And the only thing I really need to get is some food and a water purification thing or a water canister so I can boil water. And I'm going to go through and explain really quick. I'm not going to go through everything unless you guys want me to. If you want to see the full video of this, I have like 3 other videos working up to the point of going camping. Leave a comment below and I will make a full video next week about what I took camping this weekend. So I have some news, okay? This is good news. This is news that I feel like I should share, especially since my channel is really about life in general. I've had, driving for Lyft and Uber, over the past 2 weeks, probably about 8 people get in my car who work in medicine, either doctors or nurses or PAs or medics or whatever. People just working in healthcare in general. And every single time someone gets in, they ask me, what do you know about medicine? And I immediately jump to cardiology because I think that is one of the most interesting things about medicine in general, is like the heart, circulatory system, and among other things, enzymes, how enzymes can show you through tests and other means that someone is having a heart attack. There's an enzyme called troponin that the heart puts out when it's under attack. And when you're looking at a STEMI on a rhythm strip, you have ST elevation. The PQRST is the different parts of a rhythm. So the P is a little bump in front of the big complex bump that goes up and then down a little bit and then ends out in a T. I think it's backwards the way I'm showing you guys. So it'd be P, P, go ahead a little bit, Q, Q, R, S, and then come back up, T wave, right? So the S would be P, P, I'm doing this backwards so I can show you guys what it is. Q, Q is down here, it goes down just a dip. R at the top, S is elevated, so right here, and then the T is also elevated, it just drops back off. And they asked me then, like, what do you know? Like, that's pretty complex, I grant you that. I haven't studied paramedicine, I've only learned as much as I could from having passed STEMI or heart attack patients in the medic truck when I was working as an EMT. And granted, the EMTs aren't technically allowed to read rhythm strips, but working on a medic truck, I'm sure many EMTs who have been working on medic trucks for a while, where they're medics, whether they're on a fire department, private service transfers, or general EMS in the entirety of it. If you work on a medic truck a little bit, you'll learn how to do certain things. You can probably ask how to start an IV or how to set up a bag. These are things you should know to assist your medic. Now, EMTs are not supposed to start IVs. I've never done that before. But in certain circumstances, being able to recognize specific rhythms, or just to recognize like that's not a normal rhythm. And that's how I initially learned. They would show me what a normal rhythm looks like, what tachycardia looked like, what bradycardia looked like. I can recognize AFib because I've had patients who had AFib, and I've also had a grandmother who I'd be in the hospital with when she was still here and with us. She would occasionally have a fit of AFib every once in a while. Or what PVCs look like is basically the heart skipping a beat, preventricular contractions. Or I don't know specifically what torsades looks like. I know it's similar to SVT, which SVT is supraventricular tachycardia, and that's technically anything over 160 or 165. without any probable cause to be that high, i.e. a runner, a sprinter, an athlete whose heart rate may normally be up that high. Or anyway, I'm starting medic school next year, and right now, not right now, but starting in October, I'm taking prerequisites for that. So I've got an IV Tech Anatomy and Physiology book, textbook that I've been reading a lot through, just to kind of get my terms brought up to speed and learn some new stuff, because there's a lot of terms in there I did not learn in anatomy and physiology in high school. So I'm having to learn a lot of new stuff when it comes to that right now, about halfway through chapter 2, and I'm really enjoying it so far. It's going through cells and chemistry and whatnot. The second thing is, yesterday I went to an eye doctor appointment. My glasses my eye vision's 1 point worse in each direction. I don't know how they do the whole thing, but I'm getting new glasses next week. Gotta pay for them first. But to get back into what this is about, I'm gonna kind of go over what my thought process is for going camping, and how I am best preparing for Zeus so he is happy and he's well fed and he's not starving and he's well hydrated and all this different stuff. Stand by. Hi, Mama. Okay, that was Mama. Yes, I call her Mama. I do not care what y'all think. Let me grab this real quick. So my thought process with how to keep Zeus's food cold the longest period of time. I'm trying to be out there for 2 days, but if I can't keep it cold, I'll give the rest to him or split it up or whatever. But right now I've got it sitting in the freezer, and I'm gonna figure out how best to handle that later. I might have to thaw it out and figure out exactly how to do it, because I need to get a thermos. I'm going driving tomorrow morning from 4 to like maybe 10 or 11, and then I'll come back, pick Zeus up, go to REI, get some food, pick up a thermos for cheap, and something that's insulated will keep it cold for a long period of time, and I'll just toss it in there, and I'll take some of his treats too. But he's probably looking forward to going out. Zeus, do you want to go camping tomorrow? Do you want to go tomorrow? Do you want to? Do you want to? Tomorrow? Really? Yeah. Yeah, boy. Really looking forward to finally being able to use this. It says chops 3 times deeper. I don't have really have a review on it, but that'll be coming with this next video of camping. So I'll probably be up on Monday or Tuesday. A couple other things I need to get for the next camping trip, not this one, if I want to do longer nights, is a couple more batteries for my camera. This is kind of like a mental checklist I'm going to put up on YouTube. The batteries for my camera, they're LPE6 batteries, and they are $80 a pop. And right now, I've got a battery grip on my camera, which significantly makes the weight of that camera so much heavier, especially 2 batteries. So I might just go single battery and have like 6 of them and make that work. But I'm going to go through and kind of assess what I actually need to take. The weather's supposed to be really nice this week, so I may not even take a tarp unless it's real windy, but I'll be looking at the windage and everything, and if it's supposed to rain or not. But it's supposed to be real nice. I will take my bug net. I promise you that I will take that. The mosquitoes this time of season are still pretty bad. It's starting to cool down a little bit. The high this weekend, probably top, is probably like 75, so it's going to be a lot nicer. And the lows throughout the weekend are going to be in the 60s. That'll make for very comfortable sleeping, and the 40-degree down sleeping bag that I have will work perfectly for that. But let's go ahead and get into it. The knife, or the axe, is a must. I've got a knife in my car that I can use for finer splitting. I don't know exactly what that's called, but got that. This is a little fire starting kit I just put together. This is an old box I've had for a while, and in it I've got some torn up newspaper or torn off newspaper, my flint, my Zippo flint deal. I've also got some of these cotton fire starter things. Now these are wonderful. You don't need to unravel even like a quarter of this to get a good flame going, and then just put leaves, as long as they're dry or as dry as possible, or some dry newspaper on top of that. and just throw your bundle of tinder right on top. So those are wonderful. I love these. I got 8 of them, so these will last a long time. I can probably get 4 uses to get a fire started just with one of these things. So I got essentially 16 camping trips fire starter right there. And I'll put my wallet and my phone if it's raining in here, as well as some batteries if it's a torrential downpour. Now, thankfully this doesn't weigh a whole lot and it's completely waterproof. It says watertight box. Protects your gear from the elements, camera, GPS, cell phone, keys, and ID. Rubber key clip to hook to rafter backpack. O-rings ensure watertight seal made from shatterproof polycarbonate material. It says product is not intended to be submerged, but I guarantee it will float. So I'm gonna set that right down here. Next thing I got in here, let's just go ahead and open up the main compartment. Now I don't know if I'm gonna actually be taking some of this stuff, considering that I'm gonna be picking up some MREs from REI. Those are like $8 to $12 a pop. I'll get probably 5 of them. Always take an extra day's worth of food. But I've got this little pan, which if I need to heat up Zeus's food, if it's still frozen when I get out there, then I can just toss it in the pan and put it in his little bowl and let it cool down for a minute before he eats it. I've got this plate, so if I'm eating the MREs, I probably won't need this unless I find some berries and I just want to put them in something. I've got a couple bowls that I will use, one for me, one for Zeus. And I've also got this little canteen that I can get water from a water source or the lake or anything like that if I'm out, and just boil it up and have some sticky, fresh, muddy water. The next thing is the pillow. That's a must. It slides around a lot, which I'm not too fond of. And I got my mosquito double back net, or my Outback double net. 6-point suspension mosquito net. This is very light, it's probably less than a pound. Then here I got my sleeping bag. Right here you can see the gray. That's real compressible, that's amazing. And my self-inflating pad right here. So those are the bare necessities that I'm going to be taking. I'm still considering the pot and not taking it, although it is very light. I can also heat up Zeus's food and this, and then just dump it into another bowl and let it cool down before he eats it. I don't think I'll be taking this. It's light, it hardly weighs anything. I can toss it, I can probably throw it 50 yards. But I just don't think it's necessary for this trip. Unless I want to get bacon. Do I want to get bacon? I think I should get bacon. No. Bacon's expensive. So I'll put that there. And the rest of this can just stay in here. I'll zip this back up real quick. Now in the front 2 compartments right here, you got one on each side, like I've done a video on many times. I've got a lighter. I've actually got 2 lighters with me, and just in case I lose one, or I lose my flint, and then I lose a lighter. Sometimes I'm forgetful. Are you guys ever forgetful like that? I got a ton of paracord in here, which I'll definitely need for that 6-point, so I'll have to set up 2 different spots for that mosquito net. Got another lighter on this side, got my eating utensil right here, and then another 500 feet, 100 feet of paracord, which that's more than plenty. I got my tarp here, which I'm contemplating not taking because the weather's supposed to be nice this weekend. However, if it's super windy or it does drizzle a little bit, that'll offer some protection. On the side here, where I'm going, there's a rule, no drones in Charles C. Dean Wilderness area, so I'm probably not going to take my drone, but I do keep my batteries in this rain-resistant pocket for my drone, as well as my camera. And I do have one extra camera battery in this pocket, which I can feel. I only have 3 batteries to work with, so I might just lose the camera grip. And there's the second battery, or third. That's all I got for now, and